All right. So finding whatever we need for our practice today, grabbing if you need a pillow, either to sit on, or if you've got tight hip flexors or a tight low back, sitting on a pillow can be very helpful with that tightness. Grabbing blocks, strap, whatever you use for your practice, and then grabbing an eye pillow for final relaxation when we get there. All right, so finding ourselves in our simple cross-legged pose, and let's go ahead and switch those legs. Oh, even though I really didn't want to, I didn't want to switch my legs. Switch the legs so that the odd leg, the leg that is normally in front, is now in front. And maybe we're rocking a little bit from side to side or front to back. Oh, beginning to slow everything down, slowing the thoughts down, slowing the breathing down. Everything that's been going on, just settling that, finding ourselves in this nice supported seated pose. And again, either rocking from side to side or front to back. Let's change this motion, this rocking motion, into torso circles. So nice big torso circles here. Circling that. And oh, as always, that feels really good for those hip flexors, really good for that back. Just circling that. There were a lot of fireworks that went off last night. And so I'm hearing multiple people outside calling for their dogs. They're actually our neighbors 2 doors down. They got home yesterday and their dog is gone. So, and then there's other neighbors too. So it's like, wow, because there are really crazy fireworks. It was like 4th of July stuff. And it's like, it's Christmas. Like, okay. But there's a lot. All right, we're circling. Go ahead and circle it the other way. Oh yeah. Sorry, we were circling a lot in that one way. So if you hear people yelling outside, if you're like, what's going on? It's people looking for their pets, for their dogs. And just circling that. Hopefully they find him, them. Good. And circle and circle. Good, go ahead and bring this back to neutral, back to center. Let's roll our shoulders back. So go ahead and roll those shoulders back. I hope it's just not foreshadowing for New Year's that it's apparently like crazy pandemic style fireworks. No thanks. Don't want that. Good, go ahead and roll that the other way. Rolling that forward. Very nice. All right, let's shrug the shoulders up to the ears and then release that down. Good, let's shrug that up again. And then release that down. And again, shrugging that up and releasing that down. Drop our chin down towards our chest. And if you've got your arms by your side or even supported, but if you allow your arms to be heavy, maybe you can get an even better stretch in the back of the neck, in the traps, those upper shoulder muscles. Let's lift our head to center, and then let's go ahead and take our eyes to sky. Yeah, let's go and look at the sky. Good. I can see the sky. It's blue. Yay. Drop our chin back to chest, and then eyes to sky, and chin to chest, and eyes to sky. Let's bring that head to neutral. Let's look over to the right. Yeah, let's go right first. So looking to the right, imagining that we can take that chin all the way over to that shoulder. And then let's look left. And look to the right. And look to the left. Head back to center, drop our chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, chin back to chest, oh, and then left ear to left shoulder. And take these neck circles, roll them from side to side. My neck circles, I'm feeling them all the way down my spine today. Yeah, I need this extra neck stretch. Good, just taking that from side to side, to side, to side. Good, go ahead and drop that chin back to chest. Lift that head up to center, roll our shoulders back, and roll that forward. Let's add in our sun breath here. So let's inhale and sweep this up. Big sweep up. And exhale it out. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep this up. Let's go ahead and drop that right hand down. Reach over with that left. Good. And maybe look up towards the ceiling or maybe down towards your hand. And maybe think about twisting your rib cage open towards the sky. So we're not doing like a side reaching stretch here. We're opening things up here. So opening up the hip, opening up the belly, opening up the chest. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Drop that left hand down, reaching over. Same thing, we are opening here. So opening up that rib cage and chest. Belly, maybe twisting open. Hip flexor, maybe twisting open. Oh. And breathe. Oh, that's what it was. I was like, why does it feel like somebody beat me in the ribs? Because we walked with our weighted vest yesterday. I was like, what is going on? That's what it was. And we did hills with the weighted vest. It's different. Just walking flat is different than walking with the hills with those weighted vests. Oh my goodness. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Clasp those hands. Press our palms towards the ceiling. Lengthen up through those arms. Yeah. Okay. Makes so much more sense. It was mystery. I was like, why am I so sore? Oh, okay. Drop our chin to chest. Didn't eat like a bunch of candy or anything like that. It was this stinking weighted vest. Lift our eyes to sky. Good. Bring our arms down in front of us. Let's rotate our wrists. Rotate the other way. Good. Rotate those wrists again. And then rotate the other way. Very nice. Opening this up. Palms up. Make some fists. Roll our knuckles in. Bring this into that little bicep curl. Let's do a seated cat and cow. Just a few of these. Let's open this up just because they feel really good. And then go ahead and round this. Let's arch the back and open. Inhale. And then round. Exhale. Inhale and open. And exhale and round. Good. Bring this back to center. Open our arms up. Let's take those hands. Clasp them behind us. If you cannot clasp, that is what your strap is for. Or if you have a gym towel or even a washcloth, just a little bit of length, you can have that behind you and you can wrap that and hold that. If your shoulders and your chest are super tight today and you're just like, my hands were not touching today. Let's look over to one side, look to the left, and look over to the right. Good, back to center. Drop our chin to chest. And take our eyes to sky. And head back to neutral. Good, release those arms. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale this out. Let's take that left arm across to that right thigh. Our right thumb, let's go ahead and have our right thumb follow our spine down towards the floor. Use that hand on the floor as leverage to help twist you into this spinal twist. Breathe it here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And a big deep inhale and exhale out. Good, bring this back to center. Let's take our right hand across. Left thumb follows our spine down. You can use that left hand as leverage to twist. Twist into that and breathe. Inhale it deeply And exhale it out. Good. Inhale it again. And exhale it out. Good. Bring that back to center. Inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. Very nice. If you're sitting on something, you can go ahead and move that off to the side if you want. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and lean this back. Take our feet wide. You can go as wide as your mat. You can go wider. You can go super wide, or you can go narrow, just whatever feels best for you. And let's drop these knees, because that's what I woke up feeling this morning was my hip flexors and my glutes, and I was like, what did we do yesterday? And yeah, man, that weighted vest, it makes a difference. Just dropping that side to side right here. Very good, very good, very good. Like I said, I've been walking with the weighted vest for a while, for a couple of months now. Just the regular walking, but doing the hills with it, that different beast. Not while we were doing it, but today I feel it. Good. Let's go ahead and keep that leg in front, right leg in front. We've got this nice zigzag. Sit this up tall. And a tall twist to the left first. So let's tall twist to the left. And then a big old twist to the right. Oh yeah, that is a good one right there. Nice big twist. Let's bring this to center and let's twist quick for 4. So let's take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2 and center. And last 1 and center. Good. Lean it back. Go ahead and bring both of our feet together. And let's go ahead and do that butterfly right here, because that does feel very good. Sitting that up tall, holding onto those ankles, or you can hold on underneath your heels. However feels best for you. And just opening that up. Very nice. All right, let's lean this back again, and let's go ahead and go into those windshield wipers again, dropping that from side to side. Good, let's go ahead and keep that left leg front. Sit ourselves up tall, nice zigzag legs, and let's twist tall to the right. Good. And then that big, wonderful twist to the left. Oh, very, very good. And we're going to bring this back. Actually, let's breathe it here. So do a nice deep breath. And let's bring it back to center. And then we'll twist quick for 4. Let's take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2 and center. And last 1 and center. Very good. Well, let's go ahead and lean this back again. Lengthen through our legs. And let's keep our knees bent. So let's keep those knees bent, keep our feet flexed, reach up through our arms, and let's go ahead and hinge this forward. So we get a nice long spine and nice long arms. Reach up through this. So let's inhale and lift. Exhale and hinge. And as you are lifting, inhale and lift, you're kind of leaning back here because we're going to eventually get into that boat. But we're leaning back, and then we get to hinge forward with that breath. So inhale and lift this up. Exhale and hinge that forward. Inhale and lift. Exhale and hinge. All right, this one we're going to turn it into that boat. So inhale and lift, lean it back. Just release those arms halfway as you exhale into this boat pose. So holding in this boat pose. Maybe you want to bend your knees even a little bit more. Maybe you can get yourself back a little bit further and engage that core. Let's lift one leg up. Go ahead and lift that right leg, rotate that ankle. Yes, rotate that the other way. Breathing while you are doing that. Good, release that leg. Let's take that left leg up. Rotate that ankle, and again, breathing while you're rotating, and then rotate the other way. Good, release that down. Simple cross leg, hinge this forward. Very nice. And lean this back. Again, heels into the floor, back into that nice boat. Except this time, let's go ahead and take our hands back down by our sides. And we're gonna change from this boat into reverse tabletop, one of my favorites. So let's flatten our feet into the floor. Let's lift our pelvis up towards the sky. Make that nice reverse table. I love this one because it feels very powerful. It's also, not, I don't want to say the word easy, but it is simple to do, but not easy. But it's very effective as well. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. And you get it in so many places. Like, I love this one for just that nice little bicep stretch right there. Inhaling and exhaling. And the strengthening of the core, strengthening of the legs. Breathe it, breathe it, breathe it. Let's drop that pelvis down. Simple cross leg again. Hinge this forward. And we're going to do that one more time. However, if you want to change your, let's go ahead and bring ourselves into that reverse table. If you want to change your table into a reverse plank, then feel free to do that as long as your pelvis isn't dipping or dropping. You want to make sure that you're in charge of that pelvis and that you are able to lift this, lifting the pelvis, lifting the glutes, strong core, holding this here and breathing. This is just an extra level to that table. So you can keep this here. This is still working on that strength, still working on that core. This just makes it a little more difficult. Remember, long levers. When we lengthen our levers, lengthen our legs, lengthen our arms in any of our poses, movements, makes things more difficult, harder. We get away from that center of gravity. Drop our pelvis down, simple cross leg, hinge this forward and breathe. Oh, that feels good. Very nice. Take this forward. So we're gonna bring ourselves forward onto all fours. Shoulders are over our wrists, hips are over our knees. Let's drop our belly to the floor, take our eyes to the sky, inhale. And exhale, round that spine. Inhale, drop that belly. Exhale, round that spine. Inhale, drop that belly. Exhale, round that spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, round the spine. Good, bring that back nice and flat. Let's take our right arm, lift our right arm up, and then we're going to thread the needle through. So thread this through, temple on the floor, so forehead on the floor, side of the forehead, so that temple is on the floor. And both of those arms, palms down, can be on the floor, or you can take that top arm, bring that around, and reach that hand right there for the front of your opposite thigh. This is a binding pose, but you do not have to bind here. If your arm, shoulder, that doesn't feel supportive for you or feel powerful for you, then go ahead and have both of those palms on the floor and enjoy that stretch right there too. Tailbone is lifted in the sky, glutes are lifted, stretching through the back, through the arms, and breathe. Very nice. And from here, let's go ahead and bring this back up, back onto all fours. Cat and cow, once again, drop our belly, inhale. Round our spine, exhale. Drop that belly, inhale. Round that spine, exhale. Drop that belly, inhale. Round that spine, exhale. Bring that back flat. Let's lift our left arm up. Lift this up and thread this through. Temple on the floor. Both palms are on the floor, or you can wrap that around.
and do that binding pose. Up to you. I'm feeling good with both my hands on the floor today though. And breathe. Oh, yeah, because that's a very good stretch for the back rib cage, shoulders especially, and breathe. Very nice. Go ahead and bring yourself back up onto all fours. A few more cat and cow here. Let's drop that belly, inhale. Round that spine, exhale. Inhale, drop that belly. Round that spine, exhale. Good, bring our back nice and flat. Let's lift our right leg up. Lift that right leg up, lengthen through that right leg. Lengthen through our left arm. So we've got our balanced bird dog right here. Let's take our elbow to knees. Let's do 8 of these today. Let's bring that elbow to knee. There's 8 and extend. Bring that in for 7 and extend. Bring this in for 6 and extend. Here's 5 and extend. Here's 4 and extend. Here's 3 and extend. There's 2 and find that extension. Good, we've got one more here. One more and extend. Very nice. Hold this here. And then go ahead and release that arm and release that leg. Very good. Let's take it to the other side. Go ahead and lift that left leg up. And let's reach through that right arm, finding that balance, that bird dog balance. Very strong here. We've got 8 elbows to knees. Let's bring this in right there. Bring that in and extend. There's 8. Bring this in and extend. There's 7. Bring this in and extend. There's 6. Bring this in and extend. There's 5. Bring this in and extend. There's 4. Bring this in and extend. There's 3. Bring this in and extend. There's 2. Bring this in. And let's hold this extension. Hold that, reach that. Nice. Release the arm, release the leg. Take ourselves back into our child's pose. Oh, feels so good. Feels so good on the front of my feet. Love this one for ankles, front of the feet. If your glutes don't get to your heels, that's okay. You are okay. You are fine. Because tight hip flexors will do that. Tight hamstrings, a tight lower back, all of that. You're okay. Let's look at our hands, look at our fingers. Let's walk our hands over to the right. Take that left hand on top of that right hand, and let's try and think about getting that left glute over to that left heel. And use that deep breathing here, especially if you've got some tightness in your back or your torso. Super helpful. And then let's walk those hands over to the other side. So walking over to the left, let's take our right hand on top of our left hand, and our right heel, right glute is going towards that right heel. Oh, breathe. And remember this child's pose. Let's walk those hands back to center, back into this child's pose. This child's pose is one of your home-based poses. So if you ever need to take a break or just regain wherever you're at, like try and figure out, wait, where am I at? You can always come into child's pose or downward facing dog. When we get to downward facing dog, we'll talk about that too. But this is a nice home-based pose. This can help you get your composure. And then when you're ready, you just get back into the practice. So we're in this nice whole child's pose here. So good. Let's bring ourselves up and let's go into a camel's pose. Let's do a modified camel's pose. So I'm going to use both of my blocks today because I am aware that I'm sore. So I'm going to use as much help as I can get. I'm going to put the blocks on the outside of my feet. You can use one block on the inside of your feet, or you don't have to use any blocks at all. Hands can be right there on your sacrum
Or you can be right back here on your heels. So whatever is working for you. Like I said, I'm taking advantage of my prompts. All right, so we're on those knees. We've got either our blocks on the side or in the center. Let's reach up through those arms. Get that nice lengthening. Take our right hand and reach back either for your sacrum, for your heel, for one of the blocks, or for the center block. And let's reach up through this. This feels really good. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to center that block and I'm just going to use one block. That feels even extra good, better, because I need this extra stretch across the chest. Oh, so good. Looking up at the hand or looking down at the floor or all of the above. Doing all of that there, just reaching up through that. This nice supported camel's pose. Breathe. Very good. Good, let's inhale and lift this up. So lengthen back through those arms, and then as we exhale, we're going to take our other hand down to the other side or back to that center block or your heel or your sacrum, whichever one you are doing, but try to do the same thing on both sides. You do want to be balanced in that way. We don't want to be stronger on one side than the other, because that will lead to injury and muscular imbalance. I don't want to just say imbalance, because there are a lot of things that could be imbalanced. So muscular imbalance. Breathe. Good, let's inhale and lift this up. Release our arms to our sides. If you've got a block back there, go ahead and grab that. Bring that to the front. Let's sit ourselves right here into a kneeling position. And then hands on those blocks, forehead on hands. This is a wonderful one too. This is great right here. This nice supported child's pose. That's another thing too. If you're like, I like the child's pose, it's just not great because I don't like my head on the floor, or my head doesn't reach to the floor, or my glutes don't reach to my heels, da 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 da. You can use blocks here. You can use a couple of blocks. I just have my head on one. But if you are finding that it's uncomfortable, the blocks make such a difference in the child's pose to support your head on. It's very good. All right, bringing ourselves up. Place your blocks where you want them for our sun salutations when we get there. And then we're going to come back onto all fours. We're going to curl our toes under. Let's keep our knees bent as we lift our tails into the sky. So lift this up, tail to the ceiling or to the sky. We can pretend that we're outside and we just have the sky above us. Keep our knees bent. We're lengthening through our spine first, getting that really good armpit stretch, chest stretch, spinal stretch. And then let's begin to pedal our feet, pedal our heels towards the floor. My calves are unusually sore too. It's very interesting. It's like, wow. And what's very interesting too with the weighted vest, you're like, but Mindy, you backpack all the time. Like, why? What's the difference? With a weighted vest, there is no belt. There's no belt. You're just wearing the vest. And so your core is 100% having to do a ton more work. Drop our heels to the floor because there is no support of a belt holding the weight. Your upper body is all that's holding the weight. It's just your arms, your chest, your shoulder. And so your core has to be super duper engaged. So the fact that I'm sore is excellent because it means that I was walking correctly. If I was in pain today, if I had like some other stuff going on, then I'd be like, oh, the vest was either too heavy or I was walking wrong. But nope, happy for the soreness, just kind of aware and a little surprised. Let's lift up on those toes and drop both of our heels over to one side. But again, it's because too, we walked some hills. So that's what was different. The incline with that was very different. Good, bring this back to center.
And drop our heels over to the other side. And bring that back to center. Good. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward, fold at the front edge of our mat. Very good. But we don't have to have our hands on our blocks yet. Let's go ahead and let our arms dangle. Let's go ahead and go into that ragdoll first. Let the other upper body, the head, upper body, arms just dangle, become heavy here so that we can plant our feet. So go ahead and plant your toes, big toe, little toe, heel. Flatten that foot into the floor. Let's take opposite elbow with the opposite hand. Make a frame for that head. Oh, this is a super good stretch. It's kind of killing me today. It's really good, really good, really good. Breathe. I'm telling you to breathe because I'm telling myself to breathe. Release those arms. We can hold on to those blocks now if you're using blocks. Otherwise, you've got your hands to the floor or your feet or your shins. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward, tabletop. Exhale and release. That head's been low, so for our next one, we're taking our head all the way up. Take it up nice and slow so that you don't lose your balance. Inhale and sweep this up. You can take that as slow as you need to for that blood pressure. Good, and then let's go ahead and take this around into a seated pose. Very nice. Round into that chair. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Right foot's gonna stay forward. Left foot's gonna go back into lunge. Left hand on your block or on the floor. Let's spinal twist open to the right. Nice right big lunge here. A big right lunge here. A right big lunge here. Big right lunge. Nice lunge. Very good. Bring this to center. Take our foot back to meet the other foot. Top of plank. Strong top of plank here. Shift the weight forward, but don't put your knees down yet. Shift the weight back. Let's do this again. Shift the weight forward. Shift the weight back. One more time. We're in that strong plank. Shift the weight forward. Now we get to stay here. Drop to those knees. Uncurl our toes. Heart goes to the floor. Heart lifts up off of the floor. Baby cobra. Curl those toes under. Lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Maybe nod that head yes. Maybe shake that head no. Good. Center our weight. Lift our right leg up. Three-legged downward facing dog. And let's go ahead and bring this leg through. So if you want to help that leg through, you can bring that leg through. Our right leg is back in front again. Hopefully your blocks are within reaching distance. Grab those blocks again. Have those blocks in your hands. So now we've brought our right foot to the set in between both of our blocks. Let's go ahead and press into those blocks. Lift that back leg up. Oh yeah, there we go. It's a supported warrior three. Right into that really strong warrior three. And then go ahead and bring that foot to meet the other foot. Standing forward fold. Inhale, flatten that back foot forward. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Our left foot stays forward. Our right foot goes back, lunge. Right hand on the block or on the floor. Let's spinal twist this open to the left. Such a good stretch for those legs. Oh, good left lunge here. Breathe into that. Good, bring that arm down. Take that foot back to meet the other foot, top of plank. We're gonna shift the weight forward and back a few times, just like we did on the other side. So go ahead and shift that weight forward and then shift that weight back. 2 more times. Shift that weight forward and then take that back. 1 more time. Shift that weight forward. You get to stay here. Drop to the fronts of the knees. Uncurl our toes. Heart goes down. Heart lifts up. Baby cobra. Curl our toes under. Lift and press. Downward facing dog. And breathe. I'm doing a lot of head nodding. today, because that just feels good for the neck. Let's center our weight. Lift that left leg up. Oh, breathe it here into that nice three-legged downward facing dog with that left leg lifted. I didn't feel it on the other side, but I'm feeling it on this side in my sinuses. What? All right, let's go ahead and bring this leg through, all the way through, back into that lunge. Grab those blocks. And let's do a strong leg lift here. So lift that back leg, modified warrior 3. Very good. And then let's go ahead and bring that leg forward. Nice. Inhale, flat back, look forward, tabletop. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale around the chair and try and breathe if you can. If you got the congestion and it's a whole thing. Let's sweep this up. Dive this down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward, and release that. Keep our right leg forward. Take our left foot back into lunge. Left hand. Mine is not cold congestion. Mine is because I ate a bunch of cheese yesterday. That's the congestion. Let's open this up. It was all cheese. So I have cheese congestion. My yoga cheese congestion. Breathing here into this lunge. Good, bring this back to center. So whatever we just did, we're doing this again one more time on each side. Take that foot back to meet the other foot, top of plank, except we're not gonna shift the weight a bunch of times. We're just gonna shift this forward once, drop the fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes, hearts to the floor, the heart lifts up off of the floor. Oh. Curl our toes under with the press, downward facing dog, and breathe. Good. Or it could be the sour cream. It's either cheese or kind of like, no, when I use raw cheese, I never usually have any congestion. But there is no raw sour cream anywhere. We just have the regular stuff. So just talking out loud. All right, let's go ahead and lift that right leg up. Three-legged downward facing dog. Oh, breathe it. And then let's go ahead and bring that right leg through. You can help that forward if you need to, but we're gonna go into that modified warrior 3 again, or that supported warrior 3 with those blocks. So maybe taking that foot in the center of those blocks, and let's go ahead and lift that back leg up. Oh yeah, strong glute right there on that right side. Let's go ahead and bring that foot forward. Now we're in that nice standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back and forward. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale around the chair. Inhale and lifting up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Let's keep our left foot forward, take our right foot back into lunge. Right hand on the block or on the floor. Let's spinal twist this open. So good. So good. Breathe that here. And bring this to center. Take that foot back to meet the other foot, top of plank. Let's shift that forward, drop the fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes, heart goes down, heart lifts up. Curl our toes under, lift and press, downward facing dog, breathe it here. Very nice. Let's center our weight, lift our left leg up, three-legged downward facing dog. I think it's when that leg lifts, like when I've got both of the legs on the floor, it's okay. Lifting that leg, man, something shifts and I feel the pressure in my sinuses, in my forehead. Whoa, go ahead and bring this leg through. Go ahead and bring that through. Grab blocks. And let's lift that back leg. Oh yeah. Nice and strong here. Modified warrior 3. for supported warrior 3. And then bring that foot down. Very nice. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale it around a chair. And we are going to hold it here in this chair. We're going to bring our hands to heart. We've got a seated spinal twist in this chair. So we're going to take our right tricep, right elbow to our left thigh. Seated spinal twist here and breathe. If your legs are burning, then yay, you are a part of my club. Let's bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale it around to chair. Good. Bring your hands to heart. And let's go ahead and spinal twist the other way now. So let's go ahead and take this left elbow to the right thigh. And you might have one side that's a little tighter than the other. I do. It's this side. Oh, let's breathe it. Inhale and exhale. And bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Our right foot's going to stay forward. Our left foot's going to go back into lunge, but drop that heel down so that we line up our front heel, right heel with that back foot arch. So we've got this nice, wonderful alignment that aligns us perfectly for a warrior 1. Lifting those arms, front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Front heel is just nicely aligned with that back foot arch. So good. Open this up, proud warrior. Breathe. Drop our back arm, take our palm up, peaceful warrior. Good. Let's go ahead and windmill those arms down to the floor and take our foot back to meet our other foot into a top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop the fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes down, heart lifts up. Curl our toes under, lift and press, downward facing dog, and breathe. That's what I forgot to say. The downward facing dog is also your home base. If you ever need a break, you can always come to a down dog. If you're like, I don't need to go all the way down to a child's pose. You can just come to a down dog. Take a break, take a breath, and then rejoin when you're ready. Let's walk both of our feet to meet our hands in a standing forward fold at the front of our mat. Just trying to, okay, go and grab those blocks. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Good. Let's keep our left foot in front. Take our right foot back. Drop our right heel. That alignment that we had on the other side, we want that same alignment on this side. So that front heel is lined up with that back foot arch. Very nice. So that it perfectly gets us right there into that warrior 1. Our hips are squared forward, our front knee is bent, legs are strong, and breathe. Good. Open this up. Oh, warrior 2. Very nice as well. Let's drop that back arm, take our palm up, peaceful warrior, reach through that. And let's go ahead and take this windmill, the arms down. Take that foot back to meet the other foot, top of plank. Very good. Shift our weight, Drop the front to the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes to the floor, heart lifts up off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog, and breathe. Wow. Bring ourselves back to top of plank. Shift that weight forward, drop your front to the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes down, heart lifts up. Good, we're gonna stay right here into a sphinx. So, bringing ourselves to our elbows. So we're in this nice sphinx pose here. Scoot that back, there we go. All right, very good sphinx pose. Let's change this into a strengthening pose for our back. So let's take our arms out, our superhuman, what used to be called Superman. It's superhuman now. So super individual. Let's lift our left arm, lift our right leg. Lifting this, it just makes it so complicated when you have to say super individual. Just say Superman. Lengthen through that and breathe. Because then, I don't know, when you say the image Superman, you think about flying in the air. You think about the red cape going behind you. You go into super individual, you're like, what are you even talking about? Let's lengthen and breathe. Good, release that down. Let's take it to the other side. Right arm, left leg, lift and breathe. I like the flying image better. The red cape image better. I'm okay with it. Breathe. And then release that down. Good. Let's take the hands by the chest, curl our toes under, back into a nice child's pose. I think that's one of my favorite parts right there after doing those back strengthening poses is doing this opposing stretch. Feels so good for that back. So good. Very nice. Let's bring this forward. We're going to do the back strengthening one more time, just because it's so good for us. Let's lengthen through those arms, lengthen through our legs. Left arm is lifted, right leg is lifted. Let's lift this up and breathe it here. Inhale and exhale. And if you want your imagination to go wild, you can even like kind of move like you were Superman. Because that's even harder. That makes it even more of a challenge for your muscles right there to do that. So that's not an unsafe move. You can do that if you want, if you're like, yeah, I want to imagine that. Then do that. That's really good. Go ahead and release that down. Oh, you can totally feel that. All right, take that to the other side. Right arm, left leg, lifting and breathing. Because I did it on the other side, I guess I have to do it on this side. It's like my imagination isn't on now, but that's okay. Good, go ahead and release that. Good. Take our hands by our chest, bring ourselves back into child pose once again. Oh, yeah, I feel it even more this time. That's good. Breathe it. Take our hands by our knees, press ourselves up. Grab what you need for a relaxation, final relaxation. Also grab a strap. Well, let's do some leg stretching with the strap, and then we'll go into our relaxation. So if you have your eye pillow, regular pillow, blankets, whatever you use for your relaxation. Well, let's have that strap first. Have whatever else you need within arm's reaching distance. Let's take our strap around our right foot. Pull that right leg in. Let's lengthen through that left leg. Pull that right knee in. Maybe you feel that in your hip, hamstring, glute. Maybe not. Let's press up through that heel to the ceiling. Pull that leg towards you. Keep our strap in our left hand. And let's go ahead and drop that across. Ay, ay, ay. Goodness gracious. Let's look over to the right. You don't have to. If you're like, nope, looking at the ceiling's great. Or or just having my neck neutral is fine. Then listen to your body. But if you want that little bit of extra, if you're like, oh, I need a little extra, go ahead and try and look to the right, breathe it. And find some awareness of where you are feeling this at. Maybe multiple places, maybe no place. Just awareness. And even awareness of nothing is still awareness. Good. It's something to contemplate. Why am I feeling nothing? Good. Bring that leg back towards you. Let's bend at the other leg. Release that strap. Let's take our strap around our other foot. Go ahead and bring that leg in. Pull that in. Those ankles too. Let's press up through that heel to the ceiling. Pull that leg towards you. Let's take the strap into the right hand and drop this leg across. Oh, I thought the other leg was bad. Oh, this one. And again, maybe looking over to the left if that's available to you. And finding your awareness again. What are you aware of? Where are you feeling this at? So good to practice this body awareness, this interoception and proprioception, all of the ceptions. Breathe. Back to center. Pull that leg towards us. Bend the other leg. Release that. Very nice. And you can grab whatever you want to use for final relaxation because that's where we are going. So grabbing that eye pillow, if you use an eye pillow over your face for the heaviness, the darkness, or regular pillows or blankets, whatever you use. Let's reach through our arms towards one end of the room, reach through our fingers, through our feet and our toes. So our arms and our fingers are reaching one way, our feet and our toes are reaching the other way. Let's lengthen through that and breathe. Really reach, breathe in that. Let's do a deep, deep breath here. Big, deep inhale. With that exhale, allow yourself to sink, to settle. Let those feet fall open. Still bringing that awareness in. So recognizing where you can relax at. Where are you holding tension? In those places where there is pain or tension, or maybe you've got something stuck in your brain and there's an anxiety block. Kind of breathe into that. And have a conversation with yourself and say, hey, let's let this go for like 2 minutes. And then I promise I'll take it back. Then we can get anxious about it again. But let yourself have 2 minutes of flatness. Putting that aside, because then you'll realize as you build on this, as you practice this more, 2 minutes can become 3 minutes, and then 4 minutes, and then 5 minutes. And then sometimes when you have an anxiety block in the middle of your day, you can be like, oh, this is like that final relaxation exercise. I could put this aside for a minute just so I could grab my breath, figure out where I'm at, what I'm doing. It's very helpful. And breathe, relax, release. And still relaxing, let's go ahead and bend our knees. If it's available to you to do, maybe flatten your back against the floor. That might tilt your head a little bit back. That could feel good too. Drop both of those knees over to your most comfortable side. Take yourself onto your side. Hold for a breath or two here. Oh. Breathe so deep. But I got pet hair in there. That's nice. Breathe. Slowly begin to bring ourselves up into a seated pose that is supportive for you. Maybe you're back in the chair, maybe you're on the couch. Maybe you're you can stay laying down too. It's whatever is best for you. Maybe you're like, hey, I'm doing 10 more minutes of relaxation. Good job. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Bring our hands together and then exhale, eyes following our fingers. Take our chin to the chest. Good. Lift our head center. Take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given the spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling deeply. And exhale. One more time. Big deep inhale. And big cleansing exhale. And thank you for joining me for the practice today. Have a blessed rest of your day. We'll see you